The Tempest, the now confirmed name for our new ship in Mass Effect Andromeda, but also a name that holds great weight in literature. Hi, this is Rima from ME Odyssey, and today I'll be analysing what the name The Tempest can reveal about Mass Effect Andromeda. Probably the most famous reference to The Tempest is the play of the same name penned by William Shakespeare. Written between 1610 to 1611, the main themes of The Tempest focus on the illusion of justice, the human soul, and colonialism, which we've covered in a video in regards to Mass Effect Andromeda before, which you can check out by clicking the link on the screen now. The story of this play focuses on Prospero, a magician, and his daughter, Miranda, who were exiled on the island by Prospero's brother, Antonio, who usurped Prospero to become the Duke of Milan. This leads Prospero to use his magic and his daughter to try and gain justice for his perceived injustice. Creating a tempest or a giant storm, Prospero manages to maroon his brother Antonio, the King of Naples, and his son, the Prince Ferdinand. So what are the themes of The Tempest? As I've already said, we've covered this in a video previously, but let's go over the brief points again. The island that Prospero and Miranda are exiled to did have people living there before. Much of the characters see this island as an untapped resource, wanting it to make it their own, and this is a point of contention. For example, Caliban, a slave of Prospero, used to live freely on the island, and now one day dreams that he will make it his own. The characters in The Tempest seem to represent different aspects of the soul. For example, Caliban is commonly referred to as being, quote, brutish and a monster, to Prospero, who represents the intellectual and sensitive part of the soul. And then you have characters like Miranda, who come across as romantic and sympathetic. One of the key points of The Tempest is that Prospero believes that he was wrongly done by his brother, which is a fair point, but he doesn't recognize what he's done to others, for example, enslaving Caliban and Ariel, and even using his own daughter. Eventually he learns what true justice is, forgiving his brother and freeing his slaves, redeeming himself and then his enemies. So no video on The Tempest would be complete without looking at the character of Miranda and how she correlates to our Miranda from the Mass Effect trilogy. Miranda is one of the purest characters of The Tempest and shows great empathy towards her father's enemies and his slaves. She's also a symbol of pure femininity, very much unlike Shakespearean heroines. Though not shown as a pure individual, Miranda is a self-described perfect specimen, not just with her beauty but also her intellect and her ability. Both Mirandas also have contention with their fathers. Both were part of their father's plans, Prospero's for revenge and Henry Lawson's plan to achieve perfection and a dynasty. Both are also successful for breaking away from their fathers. Miranda Lawson chooses to side with Shepard and free her sister Oriana, and Miranda of The Tempest, though not as vocal, advocates for the lives of her father's enemies and even marries Prince Ferdinand. So does this mean that Miranda Lawson, with her ties to The Tempest, will be in Mass Effect Andromeda? Well, evidence for this is very rare, and some have pointed to Priority Earth in Mass Effect 3 as possible evidence. During this mission, Miranda's location is unknown, unlike the other characters who are either on the fleet working on the Crucible or on Earth fighting. Miranda's conversation with Shepard also has gotten some theory juices flowing.
Shepard, I wanted to say goodbye.
What do you mean?
If we both come back from this at all, everything will be different.
Sure, everything will change. But on our terms. We've been running until now, Miranda. It has to stop.
I understand. I just wish I was there. With you.
Me too.
I don't know what to say.
Don't say goodbye.
Then finish this, Shepard. And find me.
I will. I promise.
Some have pointed to her suggestion that, quote, everything will be different, and that, quote, to find her, are indications she's expecting a lot to change. Though personally, the evidence is pretty sparse, but let us know what you think about this in the comments below. There have also been other references that may or may not hold any significance to Mass Effect Andromeda, but are interesting nonetheless. Tempest Anderson was a volcanologist, photographer, and ophthalmic surgeon who lived in the late 19th to early 20th century studying much of the world's volcanic activity. There have been several naval ships throughout history, including multiple HMS and USS Tempest. The Tempest was also a comic book character from the DC universe, whose mantle has been held by 3 different characters, including Aqualad. And finally, the Tempest was also a name of a novel from both the Star Trek and Star Wars franchises that involve the extended universe. So what does the Tempest tell us about Mass Effect Andromeda? In a story involving magic and politics, the story comes down to the nature of man. Prospero believes he was wronged and that he needs to take revenge, and the play follows his journey on becoming redeemed, a very similar narrative to Ghost Rider in the Sky. And the more and more we look at what BioWare has presented us, it's really easy to see that redemption may play a key role in their new tale. So what do you think about the inspirations behind the Tempest, and do you think any of them will make it to the story of Mass Effect Andromeda? Let us know in the comments below, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and please share this video to help the channel grow. Much thanks for listening, and we will see you next time.